what do we have here? We got a rattlesnake design. It's a 6-leaf. It's the SL27 in D2. Listen, I'm not here to review it necessarily. I'm here to talk about, I've reviewed this before, I think. I'm here to talk about the fact that this is one of our giveaway knives.
For reaching 1,000 subscribers.
Never noticed that before.
Soon, not today.
The cuts, the relief cuts for the lock bar are not all parallel. A nice little detail. So anyway, what are we going to do with this thing?
How about you finish the review you started?
I've already reviewed it.
Maybe I should do the reviews then.
That sounds a little weird.
Put it on the table.
Okay, well, all right, let's, we'll zoom in on it a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
What do we have here? The 6-leaf SL27 is a sexily curved Persian bladed slicing machine with textured titanium handles and a D2 tool steel blade. Let's hear it. Acoustics are pretty sweet. In conclusion, it's an objectively good knife.
Okay. So that's all you want to say about it?
Buy one?
You know what? You didn't mention that it has a lanyard thingamajigger there.
I mentioned it, I'm sure.
One thing I wanted to say about this backspacer was...
how it matches so well to the frames.
Okay. That's actually a good observation. That's actually what I was going to say.
I already said that.
Yep. Right. Correct. Okay.
It was a full review.
Right. Okay. So, all right. Listen, you go turn yourself off now and let me finish talking because I didn't really want to review this. I just wanted to talk about what we're going to do with it.
Because I do a better job than you?
Yes, you did a good job. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
I'll be back.
All right. So, my thoughts on this are, I want to, this is sort of a eggshell kind of a finish. Not quite orange peel. I think it's a sandblasted finish. I'm not sure. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to polish it just like it is without sanding off these little tiny little divots and stuff and see how it looks polished. Okay. And then I'm going to polish and take the color off this guy and sand and polish the backspacer so it is, you know, super mirrory. Not super mirrory, but pretty mirrory. And then do the same thing on this piece and this piece. And then we will do some kind of coloration on the body, right? And then a different coloration, but matching all the extra pieces, backspacer, clip, and these two little inserts here. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. The blade looks like it just needs a little touch up on the sharpening, and it'll be good to go. So that's all we're doing with that. And then it'll be part of the giveaway.
Giveaway time, real soon.
I'm not sure how we're going to do the giveaway yet, but somehow we'll give this one away and another one too that we'll look at in the next video. So I'll get this guy apart and we'll get started on it. Oh, forgot to mention T8 on the pivot and everything else looks like T6s. Double check. Yeah, everything else is T6s, including the insert, the steel insert in the lock bar. This may be kind of obvious, but you can't get to this screw until you take out this screw and take out the pocket clip. Oh, interesting. Pocket clip screw is only into one side. That is interesting. I wonder if it doesn't go all the way through, does it? Okay, it's not coming out super easy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, no, yeah, it goes all the way through. So the screw is full length, goes all the way to this side. So that's really nice. Whoa, I did not even notice that, and neither did Kendra.
I said it. Very clean show side. Stop lying.
All the holes for the screws coming in from the lock side are into blind holes on the show side, so there's no screws showing and no screws to mess with on the show side. Yeah, big fail, Kendra.
You're a big fat liar. You should have taken it apart for me.
I wasn't reviewing it. You were. That was your job to catch that.
Well, you should have...
Get out! That's quite enough, Kendra, for today. So everything has come apart pretty much as it should. One of the little inserts was a little tight to get out, but after a few just bangs on the wood, it came out. And the lock bar insert was a little tight, but they are always a little tight if they're any good. They should be tight. Everything was a little dirty, but it's been in my possession for a while, so I can't blame that on on 6-leaf necessarily. The only thing I was going to mention is the stop pin. It is freaking in there. So I'm going to have to find something to get it out with. So my plan is to take these pliers. All right, that went really well. This is the polished side and this is the unpolished side, so you can kind of compare them. Did pretty much what I wanted. It polished without really getting rid of all the little, those little tiny dimples that give it that sort of very fine orange peely or maybe eggshell texture, so that it's still a little bit grippy as opposed to being like a mirror polish. And it just gives it a little bit different look than a mirror polish. And it's a shit ton easier to do. I polished this thing for only about 20 minutes on the buffing wheel, and this is what I got. So it came out really nice without taking hours and hours to sand it and to make it perfect. So, you know, it isn't perfect either. I'm sure there are some parts that are slightly less polished than others, but lightning anodizing hides a multitude of sins. So we have a little before pic of this gentleman right here before he goes on to this buffing wheel right here at a high rate of speed. Actually, I'll probably do, I'm going to do some this way. Am I going to do that? No, probably, I think I'll do it mostly this way. I think I did the other one that way, so we'll just do it all the same way. Sometimes it's important to buff or polish your things all in the same direction, because if you don't, sometimes you'll see that there'll be sort of like a grain to the polish, like some of it will reflect light when it's at this angle, and then this one won't. And when you do it over here, you'll see this part reflect light. It's you can just kind of tell when you don't do it all the same direction. When you do it all the same direction, it just seems to look more even and nice. So here we go. We have the finished anodizing on the giveaway knife number 1. So I did something kind of different. I was going to go with sort of a gloss, a gloss on some of these extra parts like the backspacer and the clip, but I went a different way and did like a sanded finish on them. And then I did a super high heat anodizing on those pieces. So these guys, all these sort of dull, non-shiny pieces, the backspacer, the clip, and these inserts, are super scratch resistant, high heat anodized. It just has like a very subtle kind of rainbow hue with some greens and stuff like that. And then I did medium heat on the clip side, and I did sort of a low heat on the show side with an acid dip. So it's sort of a bronzy with the waves in it. And that's what we got. So we'll see what it looks like when it gets all put together. I got tired of the flat blasted finish of the blade, so now it has more of a satin finish. Basically, I kind of halfway polished it, so it looks nicer. It's just, it wasn't that great before. And right now it's sitting on the mighty TS Prof. The TS Prof belonging to, of course, the Iowa Knife Museum. So it will get proper treatment and be nice and sharp. Stay tuned for part 2, where we get this thing put together and you see the finished product, and then we give it away eventually. Have a nice day.